All right, friends, we're back with another episode of Backyard Barbecue with Bob. Today we're going to talk about my personal favorite cut of meat, the steak. It's also one of the things that, like, if you want to really do something special on the Big Green Egg, do steak, because it's actually super easy. People get intimidated by steak, but I'm going to show you how to make a perfect steak easy. So, first thing we want to do, I will tell you, steak is one of those things that I don't recommend skipping on. There's a lot of meat you can get by with going cheap on the Big Green Egg, and certainly an inexpensive steak is going to be better on the Big Green Egg than anywhere else. But if you really want the perfect steak, you're going to start with the perfect cut of meat. These are ribeyes. So I got these steaks locally here in Vergas, Minnesota at Ditterich's Mercantile. It's a local grocery store. My friend Dwayne over there hooked me up with these. These are just perfect ribeyes. Every steak I get from those guys is amazing. But now let's season these steaks. I like to personally keep my seasoning pretty simple. I like the flavor of just the meat. Obviously you can do whatever you want, but I like something that's basically like a black pepper garlic mix, which this Big Green Egg Signature Steakhouse is. So I'm gonna do just a little bit of that. I've also become a fan of their ancho chili and coffee. I don't necessarily want either one of these to overpower each other, so in my opinion, I'm gonna use just a little bit of each. So literally, all you gotta do is sprinkle this on. Again, as I've said before, let's keep it simple. We've got the egg already warming up out there, as we mentioned before. That's really easy to light. I like to do a process where I sear the steak first. What we're gonna do in just a minute is I'm gonna take these steaks and we're gonna put them on. The egg's already gonna be preheated to that 600 degrees. Now, there's a lot of debate on what you want to do in terms of temperature for searing a steak. Some will tell you that true steak searing doesn't happen until about 900 degrees. I will tell you that I think 600 degrees is the perfect temperature. The reason why is you still get a fantastic sear, especially if you're using a cast iron cooking grid like we are today. But you also still get some of that smoke flavor. If you cook too hot, too fast, you're not gonna have any smoke flavor on that steak when you're done. So let's go throw these on the Big Green Egg and see how they turn out. Okay, we're gonna throw these beautiful ribeyes on the egg. So what we're going to do, I'm gonna walk you through this process and then we'll go through it together, but we're gonna throw these. I got the cast iron grate. I've got the egg sitting at 600 degrees, just a hair over right now. We're gonna do 2.5 minutes searing on each side, and then we're gonna shut down the air and finish for 5. As mentioned, anytime you're cooking hot on the Big Green Egg, do not forget to burp the egg. Hey Siri, set a timer for 2.5 minutes. Okay, there's 2.5 minutes. Do not forget to burp the egg. Little tip, if you want to get those nice crosshatch marks, you can turn these sideways. I'm more about the food than the appearance, but hey, I'm here for it if you want to do it. So we're gonna close this back up. Reset my timer for another 2.5 minutes. All right, we're at another 2.5 minutes. Now all we simply gotta do is close the lid and close the bottom vent. And now we're gonna close that down and we're just gonna let these finish for another 5 minutes, and they should be a perfect medium rare. Okay, our 5 minutes is up. Let's pull these steaks off. I think they're gonna be mouth watering. I can certainly hear them sizzling. We're gonna burp the egg just because I closed off all that oxygen when it was rolling. Oh, look at that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these in. I actually like to tent them for about 5 minutes, let them just finish their cook, let that juice get locked in, and we should have mouth-watering steaks. So let's go see what we got. Okay, as I mentioned, these steaks should be a perfect medium rare. Let's just cut them open and see what they look like on the inside. That'll be the telltale. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how tender and juicy those things are. Yeah, I think those are about perfect. Obviously steak is a different size. You got a little bit of a thicker one here too. Of course, I mean, we all like food that looks good, but we cook food to see if it tastes good. So let's find out. I mean, look how tender that is. That is a perfect steak in my opinion. That is amazing. All right, well, that's it for the perfect steak episode of Backyard Barbecue with Bob. I think that's the perfect way to make a steak. It's super simple, and the results, I think, speak for themselves every time.